Hi, James.
Just going to get the live stream started, and then I think we should be good to go in just a moment.
Hi,
Hi,
Mohammed.
good morning. Good morning, good afternoon. I don't know which region you are, so
Hi, Mohammed. Thank you from Bahrain Section. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for joining us today.
Anytime. Is it morning in your time now or evening?
We are in the afternoon now, so it's 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Will Tahani be joining us today as well?
I think yes.
Okay, sure. No problem.
But because usually we don't use Zoom, we use Microsoft Teams, so we need to use different laptops. So I'm not sure if she has difficulty in
joining. No problem.
No problem. We'll give a few minutes.
Yeah.
And we'll get started when we're ready. Just check everything's working on the screen. Looks like we're good. We are live. Perfect, everybody. So I'll do a bit of an introduction while people are waiting. But thank you so much for joining us today. This is the fourth session of the the third session of the YP Congress boot camps part of the session. So we had our inaugural session, our kickoff session. So I'm hearing good things already from those of you participating in the Ideathon. So well done to you. Do keep up with that activities. I really look forward to seeing those programs towards the end of the week. That's going to be really exciting. I'm really looking forward to that. This whole Congress this year is supported by Shell. So I would like to take a moment to thank Shell for their contribution. They've really helped support in participating as well as financially supporting the event. So a big thank you to them. I actually had a really good chat with them a couple of weeks ago, and they're really excited about young professional activities like this, and they're keeping an eye on what we're up to. So it's really exciting. It's great to get some interest from industry and things like that. So a very big thank you to Shell for that. As a bit of background about the boot camp side of this, so the Congress itself is hosted by it's a collaboration actually between the Business Management and Leadership Committee and also the Young Member Engagement Committee. And also we're working with SP Beyond the Borders, which is a European collective who help run events in the European region. We're also supported by the Gaia Sustainability Programme and also the D&I initiative. So there's a lot of different groups coming within SPE and International to help run these activities. Now, the sessions during the week they were come up by Rodrigo, the previous chair of the Young Member Engagement Committee. We've always had a really strong desire in that committee to have better outreach with the regions. We've often felt that regional activities and SPE international activities often don't connect as often as they should. And also that there's so much good stuff going on out there, and we really want to see all the different activities that are taking place, and we want to give recognition to those as well. So we had our first one of these sessions yesterday from the Brazil section, and also the Mumbai section. It's incredible the amount of work that's going on in the regions. It's really exceptional, and I'm learning a lot. I hope you're all learning a lot watching as well. And hopefully we can share some best practices at the end of the week and kind of recap what's going on. So great. So we actually have three sections with us here today. We have the Bahrain section, we have the India section, and also the Egyptian section as well. So quite a bit to go through. We will start off with the Bahrain section. Tahani and Mohammed, I believe you're presenting for this session. So let me just make sure you have all the permissions that you need to share. And when you're ready, we can get started, but really excited to have you here. Thank you so much. I really look forward to to hearing what's going on. Fantastic, got you. Fantastic, we can see everything now. That's great. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear my voice?
Perfect, all good, thank you, Mohammed.
Okay. Okay, so good morning to the people that are in the morning region, and good afternoon to the people that are in afternoon region. And first, I would like to thank SPE to giving us this opportunity to be part of this Congress that really is something that can exchange experience and learn from each other. And I will be really presenting the activities and the efforts that we are doing here in Bahrain as Bahrain YP section. My name is Mohammed Shamlo, and I am the Bahrain YP chairperson. So I will start my presentation. Okay, so first, the story started in Bahrain in 2001 when we established SPE section in Bahrain. However, at that time, with all the effort that we were doing and participating in different conferences, even in conferences out of the region, participating with presentation, paper, and different activities. However, the section was not really, registered officially within the government of Bahrain here. With all the effort and support, gained from high-level members from the government and from SPE, we have officially registered Bahrain section in 2017 successfully. And since then, we are an official organization in Bahrain. Another achievement was in 2020, where we established in Bahrain a University of Bahrain chapter, which is basically another section that is really dedicated to the student of, or basically an engineering student with other sectors also of student, but mainly focusing on the engineering student and really prepare them to join the industry and also to have a proper networking and develop their social skills and social experience. I have here a plot showing you members and how they can, go up and down based on different situation on the region, oil price and other. But you can see since we established the student chapter, we have a big jump of student members in SPE Bahrain. And the other plot on the right here can really show you how our majority of members, more than 50% of our current members, are considered young professionals. Although we have a small chapter, and basically Bahrain is a small country with, if we compare it with other countries with small population, our chapter is very active, as the main drive of the chapter are the young professionals. Okay, now if we want to go and look at the structure of our chapter here, of course, we have the direct support of the honorary chairperson, which is the Minister of Oil in Bahrain. And he is a really supportive person that on a frequent basis attend even our activities and provide us with all the required support in terms of regulations, governmental support. And I can say he is the main support from the government and the SPE. We also have an advisory committee that really part of CEOs and board members from different oil and gas companies in Bahrain that are, I can say, supervise and advise us to be in the right path with our activities and connection with other regions. We have the past chairperson. We have two past chairpersons since the official establishment of SPE, and these are, I can say, the main people that are really focusing on the continuity of the chapter, as they are the key person that really worked in establishing the official SPA in Bahrain, and they are really giving us a huge support. And I mean, having contact with different entity, as we have an oil company and we have a national oil company, we have an upstream, downstream, we have different company, and these are basically the link between the other companies. In terms of the officer, I think from the picture you can see that the majority of the officers in Bahrain are young professionals. And since we believe that young people are the future of the industry and also the future of the SPE, we dedicate shadows to, I can say, all officers, and we include them in our activities and to be part of this organization, to learn how they can run this society, run the business in future, as they will be replacing us and they will be the future of the society. So that's an important role that we are focusing on, to train these people, to involve them, include them in all the activities that we are doing currently, to be, I can say, replace us in future or support us also. In terms of the events that are dedicated to young professionals, we have quarterly meetings. That the most recent one was done in June 2021. And since you know that the situation, this pandemic situation, has put a lot of, pressure of physical attendance. So we are so far conducting, virtual meetings. The last one was virtual. I think the next one in December will be also a virtual one, but we plan to have events that include or involve physical attendance starting from the new year, as the situation in Bahrain is much better now, and it's, I can say, more or less normal now. So we have planned for two meetings in the first and second quarter of 2022, and hopefully these two will be physical events. We also have an annual breakfast planned in February 2022 that will be associated with a distinguished lecture event hosted in Bahrain. And our plan is, since that will be a place that we can gather all the members and young professionals, so we are planning to recognize young professionals that have written papers, presented in our quarterly meeting, presented in conferences. So that is basically to let them feel some sort of reward for the effort that they were providing in the, I can say, few years now, since we did not really meet in physical for like 2 years now. We also have a planned social event that will be held in January 2022. Of course, hopefully by January, everything will be smooth. We won't have further peaks of this pandemic. If everything goes smooth, then we can, properly invite people and, perform the social event. So these are basically summarizing the event, and you can imagine how these times are, or I can say, were difficult, since because of this pandemic, because of the fear of gathering, and because of the difficulty of, connecting people via these virtual events. So inshallah, the situation will get better and we can go to the normal base of our activity. Now, if we want to go and have a deeper look on the layout of our quarterly meeting, young professional meeting, the way that we design it, it's a 1-hour event that includes 2 presentations. Currently, it's virtual, but before that, it used to be a physical event. These 2 presentations are divided into 2 parts. One part is the technical, and the other part is soft skill, as we believe that at the same time that we have to, develop the technical skill of new engineer, new joiner of the society, the young professional, we also have to focus on their soft skill techniques and knowledge. So that's the way it is structured in terms of the content. In terms of the attendance, the presenters, we of course invite all the members to attend this event, but the focus is on the young professionals. And for all of our activity, we first give the highest priority to the young professional to be presenters, to share their experience, as we have an active, set of people that are really participating in different conferences, presenting papers, presenting and for the management, for the other companies, different companies. So that really give us a good and rich environment that we can really select from these young professionals to share their experience. However, in some rare cases, if we don't really find a presenter that really suits the topic that we are focusing on that specific meeting, we can use the knowledge of other SPE member with more experience and more maybe some topic need more mature people. Some of the topics that were presented in the last meetings are in terms of social soft skills and general knowledge. We have presented applying SMART goals for high potential performance. That's something that really help people to set their goals and how to evaluate. That helps both the employees, the young professionals that are joining the industry to learn how they manage their year and their activity, and also how the early manager from this young professional, as we have many of these, how they can really set goals for their employees and support them, and how they can really evaluate these employees. In terms of technical presentations, we have presented a steam injection pilot experience in Bahrain to the young professional, share the knowledge, and also a presentation about using machine learning technique and predicting hydrocarbon fluid properties. And you can see that the last few events were virtual with many attendees, and we are really trying to make it, I can say, part technical, part fun, to really attract these young professionals. These pictures represent, I can say, show some of the young professional meetings, I can say attendees, and considering the number of the chapter or the section that we have here, you can see that we are really targeting a good quantity of people. And you can see from picture that in general, majority of these people are young professionals, and we have the support of the management, whether from government, from SPE, or from different companies, oil and gas companies, attending, supporting, sponsoring these events also, that really boost our activities and give us good presence in the industry and in the organization environment. One of the events that were performed recently in the past, I think this was 2 years ago, before, I think 1 year or less than 1 year before the pandemic started. So the event here was part of the Energy for Me activity to visit some schools and introduce the oil and gas industry, Society of Petroleum, and how we can really improve the understanding of students of the petroleum industry, as majority of them think that the petroleum industry is a very dry field that fits only specific people, whereas it's a very diverse environment that can target different people from different sectors, from different backgrounds, from different even, I can say, specialties in the university even. So we believe that time that the best people to deliver this message to the high school students are the young professional, as you can notice that the age difference is very close between the high school student and young professionals that are recently they joined their organization or the industry with, I mean, a close distance from that experience of high school, and they can really understand these students. They can know how they think about this because they were in their shoes sometime soon. So that was a very, I can say, successful campaign, as we noticed that more people are really joining the section once we have established the student chapter. That's one. And the other point is that we have noticed that people are really thinking more openly of the specialties that can really link to the directly or indirectly to the sector of petroleum engineering. Yes, okay. One thing to highlight here is that Bahrain section is a very active section in our region. We have a good, I won't say good, we have an excellent participation in different conferences, whether it's Bahrain, whether it's in the Middle East or even outside of the Middle East region. We are really participating with high amount of people, high efficiency, high frequency, and I can say majority of these activities are led and handled by the young professional. We are arranging visits to the oil museums. We are arranging field visits. We are participating as moderators. We are participating as judges and events, presenters, even evaluating technical committees of different conferences. Some of them are SPE. Even I can say we are really supporting other societies when they need, I mean, support and this kind of experience that I think in the region, at least, they don't have the experience that SPE has within Bahrain section and internationally, of course. So that really summarized the activity that we have. I hope I delivered it and presented it smoothly. And I think, thank you again, and you can ask any question you want. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mohammed. If anybody does have any questions, please do make sure to speak up or use the chat. We really want these sessions to be interactive and engaging. So please do feel free to chat and things like that. We haven't done the usual thing of making you all muted. You can talk freely. Treat it like a real conference. But if there aren't any other questions, we can, well, if you think of anything else throughout the sessions, please do put it in the chat and we can come back to it as well. But thank you so much, Mohammed. It's really exciting, particularly seeing all of the investment you're putting into the next generation. It's really nice to see. Obviously, from my background, I work a lot on that, and it's really encouraging. So your YP activities and your energy for me is all really excellent to see. So congratulations on everything that you do. Right, next up we have Mani Bansal from India, from the India section. Are you? Let me just double check you've got your settings okay. But if you are ready to share your screen, please feel free to go ahead, introduce yourself and introduce us to the India section.
Hi, James. Is the screen visible?
Yeah, I can see that. That's great.
That's great. Just a minute.
Perfect.
I think I need to remove this. Just a minute, sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, I think now it's perfect, I suppose.
Excellent. Thank you, Mani.
Great. Thank you, first of all, to the SPYMA committee for inviting me for delivering this session. And I'm really grateful to UN as well for reaching out to me. And I'll be presenting the activities that we carry out for SPE India section here in Ahmedabad. And the tagline says 35 years and still counting, because we have already made our 35th anniversary this April in 2021. And before I really start, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Mani Bansal. I'm working as a reservoir engineer at Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited, that's based out in Ahmedabad. And I'm also serving as a membership chairperson for SP India section, and also as a content creator for 2 departments in the TWA magazine. One is SP TWA Interview, and the other one is Next in Energy. So coming to the SP India section, so yesterday Nikhil kind of told that Mumbai section started in 1990, so we are even earlier than that. So that's 8th of April 1986. And on the right hand side, you see the stars on the map. So that kind of indicates the 10 sections that we have overall in India. And the one with black star is SP India section. The circles that you will see on the map are the chapters that SP India section is catering to, and we are supporting currently 3 student chapters. One is a recent addition to the section, which is Parul University, and the other one is Rajasthan Technical University, and IIT KGP, which is on the eastern side of India. We have been also indirectly supporting. So there's pink circle that you see, and there's another chapter that we've been supporting because of the geographical location that we've been working and are directly and closely associated with PDEU, Gandhinagar, and that's more like 10 to 15 kilometers away from where we are located. And we have been cordially collaborating with the chapter for all the SPE activities that they do. Also, we have been catering the nearby locations of Ahmedabad, that's Mehsana, Baroda, and Cambay and Ankleshwar. So these are all the locations that are situated in the Gujarat state of India. One great statistics that I would like to kind of show here is in total, we have almost 71 universities in India that are offering petroleum engineering degree. And as on date, we have only 24 SPE student chapters. So you see that there's a lot of scope in the mid part of India, where we can either open a section or maybe ask people to open a section so that they can cater the student chapters. Also, on the left hand side, you see there are a lot of numbers that are written on the map. So the numbers in the bold represents the universities that are offering the degree. And when it says 2 out of 24, so out of the 24 student chapters, so 2 are located in Gujarat. That's you see on the left hand side. And there's a lot of scope that we see in Rajasthan, because we have like 9 universities that are offering the degree, and there's only 1 chapter that is for SPE. So these numbers kind of help us to understand how well we can disseminate the SPE awareness to the students and reach out to the people belonging to the petroleum engineering degree. Also, next. This is the executive body for SP India section, and the image is not the current one. We have added a few additions to the executive body, and there's a fair line of members in terms of diversity. We have Mr. Pankaj Kumar, who's acting as a chairperson and who's also the director of the company that I work for. So that's a lot of great leadership coming in for our section. And we have a couple of additions as now, which is Mr. Shil Ranjan Prasad and Mr. Shaishnu Dhantare. Both of them are added as communication chairperson and the program chairperson. We have been also adding a couple of officers to kind of get the knowledge and mentoring from the existing body, so that whenever they kind of move away or get transferred from the location, the others can take that role. So we have, in addition, Ms. Rubikuna Goswami and Ritambra Kumari, and all these people who are joining us or as the female participants or members in the executive body as well. Coming to the member statistics, we see that currently we have 364 members, and the bar graph that you see on the left table. So in India section, we have been able to achieve a positive percentage or growth over the previous year end. And I believe if you see on the right hand side, we have reached a number of 364 in comparison to 352 in 2020. And we hope that we have a couple of more months to get the hold of the members who are yet to renew their membership, or maybe add new members. So that's a tremendous scope of improvement that we see in our membership statistics, given that the statistics were continuously falling, and we have been able to kind of improve that as well. Also talking about the membership statistics, so what really helped us to kind of revive these numbers back to where they were. So we kind of brought in our volunteering team, and as I said, we have been associated with PDU student chapter. See, we asked a couple of students out there, and you see the images of the students on the right bottom. And these students kind of helped me to get a hold of the members, maybe reaching out to them through emails and had phone calls or something. And they have been able to get a good percentage of numbers and members back to renewing the membership. And we see there's almost addition of 106 new members in 2021. The other thing that we thought that we should be doing is allotting the referral credit to a lot of members that who are really giving the new names or asking new members to join in. So this kind of is an incentive for the members who are bringing in new members. So we see that Mr. Piyush Nene has got 106 total credits, and I'm not sure if everybody knows that, but once you cross 100 count on the credits, you become a Century Club member for SP, and you get free membership for your lifetime. So those are the incentives that I feel that not many are aware of, but we have started bringing it more to the members who are giving us more new members. Apart from this, we have been organizing membership drives to aggressively to bring our numbers back to where they were. And we believe that the body is doing an excellent job in catering that as well. Coming to the professional members by age group, we see most of our members are 35 and younger, and there are 100 count of members who belong to the 36 to 54 age group. But we see that we have been adding more number of young professionals into the member statistics, and most of them, as you will see on the right hand side, is reservoir engineers, and that is what also we wanted to bring to notice, that we want more people from production and operations. And now that we see a lot of people from data science as well joining us, so that's the another target that SP intersection is looking forward to, bring in more people from management and from production and drilling to the SP fraternity. There are a lot of E&P companies that comes under the umbrella of SP India section, and we do have big names or like Schlumberger, Halliburton, Bakeries, but those are not good in number because those offices are not really located in Ahmedabad. But we see a lot of contractors who serve for the oil and gas companies and provide their services. So we have more members coming in from there, and we believe that once we disseminate this awareness to these companies, more members and the companies will join SP as well. This is an image of the milestone anniversary that we celebrated. So we kind of had 35 years of furthering SP's mission and supporting the local members in Ahmedabad. And this is where the executive body is actually celebrating this event. And we had this whole networking session on that day. I also talked about a new chapter that has been added, and that's Parallel University. And the reason why we picked Parallel University was primarily because of the geographical location that we see. So the location was just 80 miles away from where we are situated, and plus the university has more than like 2,000 plus international students and then 80 plus visiting faculties. There are students from 56 plus nationalities and more than 800 plus exchange students out there. So we have been receiving a lot of congratulations for this fact, even in newspapers as well. So we see that we'll be able to support the chapter in future. And I believe the chapter has already started to do an excellent work in terms of SP activities. And that's really, really good for us as well. One great thing that our SPES section has been known for is conducting its distinguished lectures, and be it the pandemic or even pre-pandemic or post-pandemic, the images kind of shows you that we started our first pandemic DL on 15 December with 80 participants, and we kind of started to improve more participants in the subsequent DL. So we have almost 110 in the next and 134. And the recent one, which was on 2nd of November 2021, we had almost 190 participants, and that's the reason I believe that the whole executive body is putting more efforts into getting these distinguished lectures reach to maximum number of organizations and professionals and students as well, and that's why we have been also awarded for that as well. And one of the biggest reason why I believe that we are able to get great participation for the SPDL is because of the selective selection of the DL, that most of the members would love to have that. Even like, so we kind of ask the members first to who they want or as the DL, and then this kind of helps them to also understand, okay, the whole interaction takes place very perfectly. Another was where we kind of organized the clothing drive. So the images that you will see here is of the young girls who were kind of abandoned. It's really sad to know that a lot of girl members are being abandoned these days, and some of them you see are blind, some of them are disabled or are unable to walk. And what we really wanted to target under the SP Cares banner is to provide the clothes as much as we can from the SP India section. And then we kind of asked all the members in our organization and also the SP members to donate the clothes that they have. We ensure that the clothes are not torn so that they could really wear it and really enjoy the fact that they are receiving new clothes. And we believe that the section has been doing a tremendous job in catering the needs of the poor people, and especially the young girls. And I'm really proud of these girls for being able to handle all these things that they are able to. Another was where we organized our Catch Them Young program, and the Catch Them Young program was mostly focused on the Energy for Me forum, where we organized a quiz competition for the different schools out there. The image kind of shows that, where we wanted to bring in the knowledge of energy and energy sector and oil and gas to these companies and to these students. And the very first thing that I believe the students ask is, or you're working as petroleum engineer, so you must be working somewhere on the petrol station. And then that's the very first thing myth that we want to clarify to the students, that petroleum engineering is more than that. And plus given that the energy transition is taking place, so I believe the students are really enthusiastic to know and get that information right from the experts of SPE. Another is where we've been collaborating with PDEU, which is the chapter, and the images that you see, we have been really supporting them throughout the pandemic as well, be the SPE Fest or be it any poster competition. And there are certain interviews that the students really want to get hold of before they get participated in any sort of networking event or getting their jobs. And we at our SP India section are providing full-on support to them through the Zoom platforms, even in the pandemic. So that's a really good job that our section is doing to meet the requirements of PDU chapter. Also coming to, there are various knowledge sharing sessions that we've been organizing for different locations out there. You see, or be it Mersana or Cambe, and we have also been organizing a virtual session for how are the oil and gas companies moving after the post-pandemic. And we believe that we have received a great participation and the appreciation from the members out there, and that has also helped us increase our membership strength. The recent one was where we had a knowledge sharing session at Parliament University in 2021. Apart from these, we have been also supporting the universities through the industry academia sessions and the workshops that we keep on doing. There are certain training programs and internships that the students really crave for these days. And then given that ONGC is closely associated to providing internships, we ask the company to give as many internships as possible to the students who are in need of that. We have also been organizing various field visits in the past and different case study competitions that we believe kind of helps the students to reach out and get more technical know-how of the subjects that they're learning. This is the image where the SPA president visited our section in 2018. I think that's in 2018. Yeah. So yeah, we are really glad that we are able to get hold of the president that day and then call him to our section to show how enthusiastically we are working for improving the SPA activities here in SPA section. Like I said, we have been organizing various lab and field visits. So we have different labs over here where we are located. So we have petrophysical lab, we have thermal lab, chemical EOR, and water flood lab. And I believe the students get a great knowledge of the practical aspects that they're learning by going and visiting the labs that we kind of help them with. And also we have been organizing various drill site visits for our young professionals who kind of join us when they really join the company, and also SPE. So this is also encouraging for the SPE members to stay active. These are certain images that you see for the social gatherings that we've been carrying out, and those are really less in the past couple of years because of the pandemic, but we believe that we'll be resuming that back again with all the energy again. These are some of the members at the forefront. So we see there's on the top left, we see Sarah Week, which is organized every year. Even this year, a lot of members from SP India section participated in the India Energy Forum. And we have been also participating in the panel discussion, and members that we see are participating in close association with various government bodies such as TGH and PNGRA. And there is a fruitful discussion on the opportunities and challenges that are upcoming in the oil and gas industry. On the right hand side, you also see that various SPE members presenting their papers. We do encourage a lot of members to put their papers and abstracts into the conferences and kind of share their technical knowledge with the rest of the members. And on the right hand side, we also see the Due magazine, who is focusing on women in oil and gas. And one of our really active member got nominated in the Due magazine, and we are really grateful that the magazine is showcasing and witnessing the efforts that the section is putting in. On the bottom, you see that's me receiving the Regional Service Award recipient for 2021. And I'm really grateful for the person who nominated me. And I also would encourage all the members. So before I even received the award, I was always skeptical of the fact whether I'll be receiving the award, because that was the very first time we've been nominating someone. And now that we have nominated people, I believe more members are being encouraged to nominate others who are doing really great work in the industry. The other one is where I recently received an Outstanding Content Creator Award for the TWA magazine and for working in the next in energy. And I would really recommend all the members to do visit SPTWA. There is just amazing content right there, right from the simulators, the energy transitions, the where is the oil and gas pivoting, all of that comes right there in front of you. So please do leverage that as well. Coming to various conferences. So recently, one of our members located in Mehsana also participated in the EAP OGC conference where she presented her paper. And like I said, we encourage more members to participate and come at the forefront. These are some of the activities that I am being closely associated with, and SP volunteering is the go-to platform if you really want to engage your activities with SP. And I believe SP gives a tremendous platform to explore and network with global participants out there, like-minded people, and who are having the right technical knowledge and who can also act as mentors. So I did volunteer for the regional student paper contest judges 2020 and 2021. So I did graduate in 2017, but in a span of 4 years, I am being able to reach this position. And I believe I would encourage all the young members to do volunteer for these activities. Please visit the volunteering page for the other activities. The other one is the Way Ahead, which I already mentioned, and I was also a part of the Energy Influencer Committee member, which kind of helped me understand how we are really picking the members and the Energy Influencer team, and how are they really filtered, and what sort of things we keep in mind when we give the awards to the members. So all these comes through the SP volunteering, be it the advisor virtual career pathways fairs or the e-mentoring program or the ambassador lecturer program. And recently, I'm really glad to SP as well for picking me as one of the ATC committee member for 2022. And all these comes through volunteering. So please do visit the volunteering page as and when you find time, and do actively participate in all these events. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you so much for listening to me patiently, and I'm glad whosoever has been able to listen, and I believe and hopeful that you'll be volunteering in future as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manny. That was amazing. And congratulations on your award, and good luck with the ATC committee as well. I'm sure that's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully I'll see you at ATC. I really love the way that you guys utilize your membership data, and you really went out there and kind of focused on members and what they needed to really boost those kind of conversion rates. I know it can sound like an administrative task, but by doing it, you've really created some programs that have really benefited a lot of people. So congratulations on that, Manny. That's really excellent.
Thank you, James.
Finally, we have Erin Henry from the Egyptian section. Again, let me just double check. Have the settings all up and ready. Here we go. Fantastic. But really great to have the Egyptian section with us. We have a lot of really great members who volunteer with us from the Egyptian section. So excellent. Thank you so much for joining us, Erin. When you are ready, please feel free to share your screen, and we would love to hear from you.
Please let me know if you can see my screen now.
It's just loading up. There we go. We can see your presentation now.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Well, first let me introduce myself. My name is Erin Henry. I'm a wireline engineer for Halliburton for the last 9 years now. And I'm also a student at Harry Potter University. Just done with my master's in petroleum, sponsored by Chevening and SPE, Aberdeen section. So I'm talking now briefly about our activities, focusing now on the transition from the in-person activity to the virtual, and how we could use this challenge in our favor and to have more reachability for our activity. First of all, this is our structure for this last year. We had a technical committee, non-technical committee, communications, who were our heroes for this season, and the SFL, the funding team, who were responsible on contacting the companies and trying to bring speakers and funding for our activities. First of all, I'll start with talking a bit about the technical activities. We had the Educational Week, which is one of our strong programs in our Egyptian YP team. We were able this year, as we moved to Zoom, as everybody else, to still conduct our Educational Week on these 5 disciplines: reservoir, processing, geology, and production and drilling. We had a lot of competing teams, and it was also then surprisingly more time efficient for the mentors, because they don't really need to drive to go somewhere and be physically with the team members. Everything was done from the comfort of the couch at home. Still, the knowledge was transferred. The teams did super great job, and it was sponsored by Kuwait Energy, an oil company here in Egypt. And prizes were delivered by DHL at the end. So the members who won the competition were they didn't really miss out on feeling the recognition side of it. Again, thanks to the SFL team that they coordinated with Kuwait Energy. On the other hand, we had workshops. We ran it in parallel because now digitalization is the thing. So we had 4 digitalization events sponsored by Halliburton. The speakers and the topics were from Halliburton Egypt, which was very good because they also offered us speakers from the MENA region. So we also could have exposures of projects that are done in other countries that maybe here the young professionals can have them as ideas to be implemented in our market. And we had 2 other workshops, electrical submersible and MPD. As for the courses, we have 3 courses. We tried to cover different aspects of the upstream. The monthly sessions, we were successfully able to have 6 monthly sessions. We had 2 distinguished lecture events. On the other side, for the non-technical, we had our LDP, Leadership and Development Program. This year, we tried to change a bit. So instead of just targeting everyone with the same topic, we divided them by 3 different categories. So for the graduates, fresh graduates until 5 years, and then middle management. And the last one was for the leadership. The leadership was a bit out of our scope, but still we found that audiences were interested to hear also. So we ended up having a lot of contribution in the 3 programs. Every program had more or less 2 to 3 events along the year. So we kind of built up on the content offered in the program. For the student chapter, we have collaborated with Houston Section. And we have a conference, E-Triple, Earth, Energy, and Environment. It's a student conference that is part of Arab Oil and Gas. Maybe we talked about it last year, so it's still going on this year. We offer summer internship, all online for students from all over the world. We have candidates from more than 50 countries, and they are interested to hear. And also the speakers, we have speakers from all over the globe now, so it's very beneficial for all the students everywhere. Also, the e-mentorship program, we did it on 2 phases. The first phase, we just tried to find mentors who are interested in mentoring young professionals, but then because it was super successful, we had an offer from BP, and they approached us, which was very nice, that they found that our program can really be of an impact, and they said, okay, we can offer you drilling, mentors, production, reservoir, whatever discipline you need, and you just give us the mentees, and we will provide the mentors. And it was super successful. We're looking forward for the next weeks to have an in-person closing for the program, and even here in the market, people are talking about it, that it was very nice that they also have connections from the youth sharing perspectives with digitalization and new technologies. So it was a win-win situation. Our marketing and social media, I call them our Avengers for this season, because everything that was done by them at the end of the day. Our SPE Egypt page reachability reached 13,000, which is also thanks to Arab Oil and Gas Academy. That's not really Arab now, it's all over the world, but it started as, we don't want to change the name. So we have 13,000 reachability. We started boosting our LinkedIn, and we started our Instagram. We share tiny bits of technical information in terms of stories or posts or stuff like this. And because all the youth now are all the time scrolling on Instagram. We didn't start with TikTok, and we're not planning to, so just saying. Another thing we started is the podcast. We would interview leaders from the industry. So we started with Kuwait Energy and Schlumberger, managing directors here in Egypt, just to share their experiences, advice that they have for the youth, and maybe struggles that they face that they want to give advices to the new generation. And we were awarded the Section Excellence Award due to our activities in 2020-2021. And the upcoming president visited us here in Egypt, and he met with the presidents of the student chapters, with us, the YP, and with the board. And currently, as we speak, the first board meeting is running. So once I'm done, I will go here in the company to attend the New Year first board meeting. That's basically it. Any questions?
Fantastic. It always impresses me with your section how well you work with industry and the kind of connection that you have between that. I know in the past I've attempted similar programs where we do internships and things like that, and it's not easy at all. It's really not easy. You have to have the right people, and you have to have the right connections and a lot of hard work. So I really congratulate you and the rest of your section on achieving that, because it's something that certainly from a student and YP perspective, people are calling out for. So I think you're doing a really great service to your members through that. That's really incredible work.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Does anybody else have any questions for Rim or Mani or Mohammed or me, potentially? If not, then we will call it a close for today. I'll talk for a little bit in case you've got any questions that you want to come through. But just to let you know, we have 2 more days to hear from our section officers about the various activities that we're running. So we have some great representation from some of the Nigerian sections, from Kuala Lumpur, later on this week, as well as some more from the Middle East as well. So I hope you see from watching these why we wanted to put this together, because it's really great to learn what's going on around the world, what activities work, what activities are really being picked up, because it's really exciting to see all the different things and all the amazing work that our members are doing around the world. So thank you so much for that. On the Friday, we hope to do a kind of summary overview session where we will kind of recap some of the popular events, and we'll talk a little bit about best practices. But I really hope you enjoyed these sessions as well. Later on, in about 3 hours time, we will have a session on utilizing YP membership and intelligence data, which I think Mani probably could have given for us, but they've done some excellent work on that. So we'll show you a little bit about utilizing that, and I'll probably use Mani as a case study during that session. But later on in the week, we have some really interesting topics as well. We start more of our kind of YMEC panel discussions later on this week. So we have a session tomorrow on the future of SPE and YP's role in that. We're going to be kind of having an open debate about the upcoming merger or potential merger. I'll give a couple of updates of where we are with that, but it's more to hear your opinions, share your thoughts on that, and see what direction you think SPE should take. We're not really in a position to kind of influence any of the decisions that the board need to make, but we really want to hear from you. And I know the next few steps for that will be on hearing more from the members. So I really hope you can join us for that session. It would be very interesting to hear from you. And then later on in the week, we have some sessions about another panel discussion on the future of job roles in the energy industry. And then on Friday, we have 3 great CEOs who will be sharing their advice to YPs as well. So we have a lot of really great sessions coming out throughout this week. On top of that, on the Saturday, we have the presentation pictures from our Ideathon panels. So I'm really excited to see those. And we also have a really great sustainability panel as well. There is so much going on. I know it's going to be hard for anyone to kind of join us for all of the live sessions, but if you miss any of it, we are live streaming all of it to our YMEC YouTube pages. And all of those are embedded on the event page for this Congress. So if you miss anything, please go back to the event page, and it will all be there waiting for you. So I haven't seen any more questions or anything come through, so we will close it there for now, wrapping it up in a nice clean hour. Thank you so much for your presentations and doing that. But it's been really great and inspiring to see you all. So again, thank you, Mohammed, thank you, Mani, thank you, Rim, and thank you for all of you for joining as well. So hopefully we'll see you soon, and if not, please come back again and watch us on YouTube. If you're enjoying these sessions and you want to get involved in future ones, please do look out. It would be great to hear from the rest of you too. Perfect. That's everything from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James and Erin, for this opportunity. I'm really glad to be part of it.
Thank you, Mani. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mani.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody.